Real Madrid could sign in 2026 a midfielder who was recommended by none other than Toni Kroos, and his name is already on the lips of the new coach, who has sent the message loud and clear: I want this guy on my team. And don't even think about leaving now, because there's a shocking revelation from Tchouaméni about Xabi Alonso and Carlo Ancelotti, an answer nobody expected. And Rudiger? It looks like he's going to renew, even with new defenders arriving. But Alaba's future doesn't look good at all. If you're passionate about the biggest club in the world, Real Madrid, subscribe to the channel right now. Here we have videos every day with the hottest news about our glorious club. Let's go. Let's start with one of the unquestionable pillars of Real Madrid's current squad, Aurélien Tchouaméni. The French midfielder is going through a moment of affirmation not only within the club, but also on the international stage. At 25 years old, he is now an absolutely essential piece for the functioning of Xabi Alonso's tactical system. So much so that, even with the large rotation promoted by the new coach, he remains one of the few names with a practically guaranteed spot in the starting lineup. The reason for that? Tchouaméni is the only player in the squad who naturally plays as a defensive midfielder, the classic holding pivot. This role demands tactical intelligence, precise positioning, and above-average game reading, qualities that the Frenchman has consistently displayed since arriving at the club. His importance is so great that any fluctuation in his performance directly impacts the balance of the team. That's why Alonso's trust in him is absolute. And so far, Tchouaméni has lived up to the expectations. He quickly adapted to the new tactical demands, even playing as a left-sided center-back at certain moments, always with efficiency and security. His versatility, combined with his impressive physical capacity and composure on the ball, makes him one of the most complete players in the Madrid squad. On top of that, he remains a guaranteed starter for the French national team, reinforcing his status as one of the best midfielders in world football. Recognition for his recent performances came in a symbolic but powerful way. A stadium was inaugurated in his honor in his hometown, Artigues-près-Bordeaux, France. During the opening ceremony, visibly emotional, the player declared that the stadium represented his origins, his starting point, and proudly stated, "It's the stadium of my beginnings. It's my Santiago Bernabéu." A moment full of emotion that reinforced Tchouaméni's connection to his roots and his journey of ascension in European football. But the highlight of the interview didn't stop there. When asked about the differences between Real Madrid's current coach, Xabi Alonso, and his predecessor, Carlo Ancelotti, the Frenchman was straightforward yet balanced. Without creating controversy, he made a point of highlighting the qualities of both managers, even subtly implying that the current phase has been positive. There are differences between Carlo and Xabi. That's normal. Each one has their idea, their style, but both are great coaches. That statement, though diplomatic, shows the player's professionalism and his ability to handle delicate situations with the press. But for those following the behind the scenes, the sentence reveals something important. Tchouaméni feels comfortable with Alonso's ideas and believes he is evolving within this new model of play. And now I want to know from you, Madridista. Who do you prefer in charge of Real, Ancelotti, or Xabi Alonso? Drop a comment. I want to see the healthy debate in the comments. Xabi Alonso is not kidding when it comes to strengthening Real Madrid's midfield. Even with the transfer window just closed, the new Madrid coach has already made clear what his priority is for 2026, the signing of Angelo Stiller, Stuttgart's midfielder. And this interest didn't appear by chance. According to Sport, Toni Kroos himself, a recent club legend and an absolute reference in the position, was the one who recommended Stiller to the Madrid board. The retired German sees in the 24-year-old many of the same characteristics that made him shine during his glory years at the Bernabeu: tactical intelligence, refined game reading, excellent tempo control, and insane precision in vertical passing. Xabi Alonso, who also knows the player very well from his time in the Bundesliga, supports Kroos' choice and has already communicated to the club that he wants Stiller in his squad starting next season. For now, Real Madrid has chosen not to move forward with an immediate offer, preferring to wait until the end of the 2025-26 season, when the assessment is that the player's market value could be more accessible. The strategy is clear. Keep the player on the radar and act at the right moment without financial rush. Still, the scenario is far from simple. Other names are also being monitored, such as Rodri from Manchester City, who has already been a target in previous windows, and Adam Wharton, a standout at Crystal Palace. The internal dispute within the club's analysis and scouting department promises to be intense until the final decision is made on who will become the team's new brain. According to information from the portal Real Madrid Confidencial, President Florentino Perez is already considering the possibility of extending Antonio Rüdiger's contract until June 2027. The decision has not yet been made official, but behind the scenes of the club, there are indications of a favorable inclination toward renewing the German defender, who, despite losing his status as an undisputed starter, remains a valuable piece in the main squad. Rüdiger, who currently has a contract until 2026, is seen by the coaching staff and the board as a player with enormous international experience, strong physical presence, and leadership on the field. Attributes considered essential in a locker room that is going through an important generational transition. Even with the rise of youngsters like Dean Huijsen, who is increasingly integrated into the main squad, and with the club's declared interest in names such as Ibrahima Konate from Liverpool and Mark Guéhi from Crystal Palace, Rüdiger continues to be a point of stability in a defensive line that could change a lot in the coming years. His ability to adapt to different tactical systems and his competitive mentality are factors highly valued internally. On the other hand, David Alaba's situation is very different. The Austrian, who also has a contract until 2026, is not expected to receive a renewal offer, according to the same sources. The club evaluates that the cycle of the number 4 at Santiago Bernabeu is coming to an end, mainly due to his recent injury history and inconsistency in recent seasons. The trend is that Alaba will fulfill his contract until the end and bid farewell to the club once his deal expires. Behind the scenes, Real Madrid is working with a strategy of balancing youth and experience in defense. The board's idea is not only to maintain depth in the squad, but also to ensure that young talents have established references by their side to contribute to tactical and behavioral transition. The possible extension of Rüdiger's contract reflects exactly this logic, securing a solid and reliable base, while the club prepares the ground for names like Huijsen, who is already showing maturity beyond his age, as well as other reinforcements that may arrive in the next transfer windows. So Madridista, who do you want as the starter in this dream midfield? Tchouaméni, Camavinga, Stiller, Valverde, Bellingham. Plenty of options to choose from. Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, what are you waiting for? This is Real Madrid 24 hours a day, straight to your feed. Tomorrow there's another video, and you already know. Here we don't sleep on the job, because the greatest club in football history never stops.